skeptical about going to a commercial gym. And, you know, some of the things that I heard, right, they're not serious, the training isn't good. But what I quickly learned is how to run a business and how to succeed at a business, and about metrics and metric management, and you know, everything else that I wasn't learning on the side. And it actually made me very, very sharp at running my training business, to the point that they asked me to go into management. And then, you know, from there, by the time that the pandemic hit, I was doing quite well in downtown Manhattan, overseeing a few clubs.
Yeah, corporate gyms, you know what? I mean, I started out at a big corporate gym, and I'll say this. I've had friends that were mortgage brokers, do real estate. They train harder on sales than people that, I mean, I've done car sales in the past, then car sales, mortgage brokers, retail. It really teaches you the art of learning your customers, building rapport, price presentation, and closing. For me, anyways. And also, what I want to talk about next is, I know you are a firm believer in leads, appointments, and shows, and that's, you know, again, that's the where I came from. You have to get your certain amount of leads per day. You have to get a certain amount of shows per day. If you don't, you're not on the ups list or whatnot, or you don't get to sell unless, you know, the top salesman goes home for the day. So talk about how you're going to be doing your gym where that pertains to that, or their leads, appointment shows, what your belief is.
Yeah, so we're running a high-end luxury fitness facility out here in Boca Raton. It's exactly what the neighborhood is asking for, right? So when you run a premier service, everything has to be, from the minute that you even hear about us until your entire experience in the gym, right? So we're doing a major marketing campaign. We're going to let people know who we are, what we're about, how we can solve their problems in the community, how we're filling this void that has been out of this community, but in this wonderful area. You know, I don't know how they haven't had a gym like this, but now they do, and they're going to be able to enjoy it. So once we get in front of our audience and we target our audience, we know exactly who we want to talk to. I've already reached out to the 20 most populous businesses in Boca Raton. We've partnered up with some local businesses. We have some places where we're locking down permits to set up tables, and we're even talking about going into the mall with the sole purpose of obviously not only letting them know what we're doing, but we want to accumulate as many appointments as possible. And by accumulating as many appointments as possible, hence our entire business starts to flow, and it all starts up front. So what I'm basically mapping out right now, the training department is what I mapped out first, because it's the easiest, because obviously that's going to go off of memberships. And then when you know how much training revenue that you want to make, you're going to know how many memberships that you need to sell. So in downtown Manhattan, average would be about 100 new members a month. So out of those average 100 new members a month, we want to book at least 40%. I know some people say 30. I like to shoot for that 40%. Out of that 40%, you know, you book an appointment, everybody's not necessarily going to show up, right? So we want at least a 50% show rate, which would knock that down to 20. And then we want to sign half of the people who show up. So if you're able to accomplish that, you're going to sign 10 new personal training clients to your facility every month. And that's what we plan to do. That's going to turn in 1 year's time to 120 clients on the roster, training at an average of, you know, between once and twice a week. Let's just say, you know, an average of 5 sessions a month, 6 sessions a month, at an average session value of $85, $90 a session. Now we're looking at, you know, upwards of almost $1 million in training revenue just from breaking down exactly what we need in the front. Now, when it comes to the memberships, right, I want 1,000 members. So in order to backtrack from 1,000 members, I need to hire 2 competent membership consultants who originally opening up the gym. I'll probably just hire 2 trainers who can do both, and they'll get some 4 hours and they'll be able to build up their business. But we want them to have 3 appointments booked daily, each consultant. So if they have 3 appointments daily and 2 of them show up and they sell 1, each consultant should be able to sell 21 memberships a month. No problem. That's 42 memberships just from that. Walk-in traffic doesn't count. So we're looking to do about 100 memberships a month. And overall, we're looking to sell 1,000 memberships in this facility. That's going to generate somewhere around $900,000 a year in membership revenue. And that's just the training and the membership. We're already looking at 1.4 million. And then the juice bar and the wellness center, which can make up upwards of 20,000 a day. Now we're looking at a viable business and business model.